Peace be with you. These are the words of Jesus today in the gospel. Right before he says, receive the Holy Spirit. As we celebrate this great day of Pentecost, this day of the birth of the church, the day that Christ gives the Holy Spirit to the church to send us on mission, to send us out. He says today, I send you. As the Father has sent me, so I send you. He gives us peace. He gives us the Holy Spirit to do just that, to go out into the world. This is the wonder and beauty of our church, is to spread the joy of Christ, the peace of Christ to the world, to our neighborhoods, to our workplaces, to our culture. And receiving this great gift from God, the gift of the Holy Spirit, we need to rely on that Holy Spirit to send us out. Today I want to talk to you about a sensitive topic, because it's very sensitive, because I think it hits home and it hits our own hearts and minds for all of us in a very special way, but it's also very personal. I'm sure we have someone in our life that we really wish that they would be right here with us at Mass. They've walked away from the church. They've stopped coming to Mass for whatever reason. Maybe it's a teaching of the church. Maybe it's they just don't understand. Maybe it's something a priest said 20 years ago. They stopped coming. Be that a child, grandchild, a sibling, a friend, a neighbor. Together with the Holy Spirit, we can bring them home, but we have to rely on the Holy Spirit to really pray, to really bring that home to us, to pray for them to come home to the church, to Mass. And really, bringing them back to Mass is the goal, but probably not the first step. We always think that, well, since that's the goal, I'll just keep inviting them. Sometimes we need to do other things before we invite them back to Mass. Like listening to them. Asking them questions about their faith life, their faith journey. Asking them of the God that they know, that they believe in, and seeing if it's the same God that the Catholic Church has, and where the commonalities are and where the differences are, and acknowledge the commonalities, but also bring them to a better understanding of what the Church teaches about who God is. More about that next week during Trinity Sunday. To listen to them. Not to nag them, not to be passive aggressive with them, but to find out their faith journey. Let them see the wonders and beauties of God. To help them to grow in their faith life, to help them to grow in a relationship with Christ. And for some to find out that they are a sinner. Great conversion stories in the gospel of sinners returning to Christ. He did it with his loving eyes. The woman at the well, the woman caught in adultery, Zacchaeus who climbed a tree just to see him. And seeing the wonders and beauties of Christ, and then bringing them to the sacraments. We need to pray for them. I'm reading a book right now, and it's called return, how to bring your child back to Mass. It's really in this vein of bringing your adult children back to Mass, but it can be used with all kinds of people, your neighbors, your friends, or your children, your siblings. And I put a small committee together to talk about this and how we can pray as a community, as a whole parish, but also how we can promote people to pray individually for their friends, their family. How to put their name at the foot of the cross. And ask the Holy Spirit, ask Christ to invite them back. And for some, it might be using us, the Holy Spirit, show us how to be that evangelist, how to bring them back to the faith. But others, it might be find somebody else. The great story of St. Monica bringing her son, St. Augustine, back into the church. But it really wasn't Monica who brought him, really made him understand the church. It was St. Ambrose. The Holy Spirit was able to bring Monica, a great friend, to show the wonders and beauties of Christ. It took two saints to bring another saint into the church. Those wonders and beauties of being able to pray and to listen. And let the Holy Spirit speak through you. Together with the Holy Spirit, we can bring them home. But it's really relying on the Holy Spirit, not on ourselves, on our own words, on our own actions. We're relying on the Holy Spirit to help us to grow our church. There are many reasons why people leave the church, why they leave the sacraments. They don't understand. They never understood. They had an education, they understood in the head, but never understood in the heart. Never had a relationship with Christ, the God who loved them. With God's great love and mercy, they never really knew that. They just knew when to stand and sit and kneel. Helping them to see who Christ truly is. Being able to pray for them, to fast for them, to sacrifice for them. To use the Holy Spirit to bring them home. Together